So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Gotta go.
Now they try the right side here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Burton. And he's brought down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Jerry Hughes on the stop. This is how they'll line up on the defensive side for Buffalo. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Trubisky now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. On the right side, this is Miller. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys in the cornerback position.
Here's Trubisky out to his left. He may try and run, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Now a play fake here on first down. It is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LeSean McCoy. A gain of 3, second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, it's McCoy. And now running right through it. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
That's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week. On
second down, Trubisky to the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Cohen.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Gotta get some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And that's incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A give to McCoy. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The numbers last week for Shady McCoy. 14 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Throwing now is Allen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. A look at the starters now defensively for the Bears. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
On play action, Allen under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Allen. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And they've got it here with a first down. Now it's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Trubisky will throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Here's Trubisky to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now out come the Bills. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the runner doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
This give is to McCoy. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 34. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
They give him 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass. And
didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And the attention now shifts to Kelvin Benjamin. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now Allen throwing on second down. Breaks through the contact. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. And that was not the long, drawn-out drive that you were talking about when it started. Anything but.
I saw this drive going a little differently in my mind, partner.
I think we both did. Unable to really move it. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, here's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And it'll bring up third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Here's Shane Leffler now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And we shift our attention now to Chris Ivory. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
Here we go now.
Allen off the play fake. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. Now Trubisky lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka adds the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Cunningham now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide. They want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. So we reach halftime with a visiting. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Caught. This is Ivory. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. On 1st down, this is Ivory. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ends up making the play. Again, they run. Again, it's Ivory. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up. The Bills on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back. Here's Shane Leckler now. He's been terrific so far. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like? For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get out. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kyle Williams. in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They try again with Cohen, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33. Following a 10-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Let's go!
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Ivory. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
All right, here we go.
They give it to Ivory. There's a nice move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Let's go.
Carry number 10 now for Ivory. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Allen now looks to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They run with their short yardage man, Ivory. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Now Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They run. This is Cohen. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Set, 3-19.
First carry here for Tywan Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Benjamin's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And in a 2-score game, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other target.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't mix him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. And he'll go on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And Miller with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Star Latulele in on the tackle.
Well, he was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
On third down, Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Deion Sims, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Parkey with the extra point. The decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Bills getting set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it. Because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Here's Cunningham. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Shane Leckler now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath, If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The defensive tackle, Kyle Williams, there for the stop. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Trubisky will throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Allen now on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. It's complete to Jeremy Curley. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
It's caught. Jones. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Now let's go.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Set. 3-19. Hot. 3-19.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Chicago, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles